Hi, I'm Barbara McRae.
And I'm Bob Spinozzi.
And this is Littleton Common. Bob, this is our wonderful new set, the Chroma Key set.
Chroma Key set.
Takes us any place we want to go in the world.
For instance?
How about...
can we go overseas right now?
We can go to...
Right now?
Yes, we can go to Scotland.
Wow.
And there's a castle in Scotland.
And something closer to home, maybe Fenway Park.
There you go.
Now see, Manny is never going to leave because he can't go behind the scoreboard anywhere else in any other park in the country and do his shenanigans.
Well, the other place we could go, maybe we could have a picnic on Littleton Common.
Littleton Common.
Yeah.
Speaking of Littleton Common, you have a new episode coming up.
Sure, I do. This month, what I'm doing is meeting with, I think, Jan Arrington, and she's going to put some extensions in my hair so that it looks like it's fuller because, you know, I'm going through this phase right now where as some women get older, they lose a little bit of hair. It's not fun for a woman. It's okay for a man.
It's okay for me.
But it is not okay for a woman to lose hair. So we're going to use the extensions and see what happens. And you've got some new stuff.
Yeah, I'm going to be meeting with George Davis. He owns the Little Peach in town. That's going to be fun.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to doing that.
I understand the Little Peach is the place to be anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
you're going to be somewhere, what, in another week or so, an airport, which is going to be a great place to be, not having been last week.
Yes, that's
Would they have hundreds of cancellations? Isn't that getting ridiculous?
It is, yeah. I guess
But you're going to be out of the clear.
Yeah.
By the time you're...
Yeah, we can always take a train
anyway. You're going
anywhere.
where again?
Georgia.
Oh, good. Good.
So, I guess what we'll do now is get on with the show.
Show must go on.
The information that I give you on this show is basically from the senior broadcaster, the Council on Aging senior broadcaster, or from any other information I can collect around town from churches or organizations, clubs, whatever. Things that we feel would probably be of interest to any one of you. But the senior broadcaster, as most of you know, is a newsletter that is sent out by the Council on Aging to all of you seniors, and we hope all of you seniors. And we'd like you to read it because there are different things, activities, programs, conferences that will be inside that newsletter, and you can use this to find out what's happening. And if you're not getting this letter, then we'd like you to come and call our office at 952-2362 and tell them that you're not getting the newsletter and that you would like to, or maybe you would like to get it for someone in your family, a parent or a cousin, an aunt, whatever, and they can use it to come in and enjoy our exercise programs, our lunches, and things that are happening here, maybe even our trips. So, if you don't call us and you're coming by Shattuck Street and you're coming into the town office, then come down to the Council on Aging office and pick up a copy so that you can hand it out or use it. While you're here, you might want to visit our senior diner. And yes, that's what it's called. We're not called a meal site anymore. We are a diner. And we wanted to give you that old diner era look so that you could enjoy, thinking that you're someplace else and not at a meal site. Also, our manager, Gail Dalton, is such a great gal. She's trying to do things that have meals and things that you would enjoy. And we don't want to hear you say that it's just old people, because if you're 60 or over, come on in, bring some younger people, make it a young senior center, and enjoy the seniors that are older than you too. But they enjoy the company, you'll enjoy the company, especially if you are alone. Come on in and have lunch with these people. And Gail, I have to tell you, your meal is served with a smile. She's really a great gal, and so are her volunteers. This is a place that we want you to meet and enjoy new friends and old friends. Okay, all right, yeah, the meal is also $2. You can't beat that. I mean, $2 for lunch, please. We also have a ladies' and men's breakfast. The ladies will enjoy theirs this month on April 11th. The date might be wrong in this month's newsletter, but just ignore that and come in April 11th. And that's at 8 o'clock in the morning. The men's breakfast is April 18th, and that's at 7:30 in the morning. They get out a little bit earlier than us gals, so they're coming in at 7:30 and you can come in at 8. Your date is April 11th and theirs is April 18th. Why don't you just come on and try it? I think you might really like it. It's a great breakfast. The explorers are off on a mini trip to Scotland. Or really, we're not going to Scotland, but we're going to Pepperell. And we're going to the Scotch Pine Farm. This is such a nice place to have lunch. We're going to have lunch there, and they have old family recipes such as 6 different kinds of soup, cockally for once. I think it is cockaliki, I'm sorry. Split pea, Scotch broth, and a lot more. The sandwiches are Scottish. They have sandwiches and Scottish meat pies or bridies, trifles, tea, and much, much more. So you can, after your lunch, you can then tour their little Scottish import shop. And they also have a little Christmas cottage. So if you haven't been there, now's the time, and you can call us, Barbara Cam, at 486-4360, or me, Barbara McRae, at 263-7905. And we'll be so glad to put you on the list. And the date for this is April 25th. April 25th, Scotch Pine Farm in Pepperell. Mary Eichler also is booking trips, and this next trip is to Foxwood Casino. This month it's on April 17th. It's $26 per person, and the bus leaves here at Shattuck Street at 7:30 a.m. They return around 5:30. Sometimes it's between 5:30 and 6. So if you're having someone come to pick you up, explain to them that if you're not here exactly at 5:30, you will be here shortly. But have them try to get here by 5:30 so that just in case you're a little earlier. And next month, it's a trip to Boston and a ride on the Beantown Trolley. This is May 22nd, and it's $54 per person. They're going to have lunch at Union Oyster House. You'll leave here, Shattuck Street again, at 8:30 in the morning and return at 4:30. A little earlier than last time, but they'll be returning at 4:30. So call Mary Eichler at 952-2362. You have to make a reservation. So call Mary Eichler, make your reservation, and enjoy this trip to Boston. Now, the Westford Council on Aging is going into Boston to see the tall ships, and that is on June 27th. They will have a narrated cruise aboard the Vista Jubilee, and that's from 11 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. There's going to be a buffet lunch, and it sails from Warren, Rhode Island. For any information on this, you have to call 978-692-5523. It's going to be a great day, and I know that we're kind of letting you know about this very early, but I'm sure that they have to know how many are going so that they can have the right amount of buses, letting the people at Vista Jubilee know how many are going to be aboard. So make sure you call that number and tell them that you're coming. That should be really fun. On April 26th at 8 p.m., the Concord Players, 51 Walden Street in Concord, are treating senior citizens to a free open dress rehearsal. And this is its spring musical, She Loves Me. George and Amalia are two feuding clerks in a European perfumery during the 1930s, who secretly find solace in their anonymous romantic pen pals, little knowing their respective correspondents are none other than each other. This could be 2007 in Computer Pals, couldn't it? Anyway, this is a warm romantic comedy and a real entertaining night. So why don't you try to go to this, because they really would love to see you there. And consider it a gift. It's free. Put it on your calendar and enjoy this play. Another free gift, as I call it, because it is free, and it's from Indian Hill Music School, and that's April 19th at noon, box lunch. People are really enjoying this, so you should try to do this also. Take your lunch, go to the Indian Hill Music School, and enjoy the box lunch. This month, it is guest pianist Joyce Moulton in a concert of classical and popular favorites from Chopin to Cole Porter. That sounds like a really great time. And again, don't forget to bring your lunch. Bring a friend, bring your family. I don't think you can bring your dog, so just bring a friend or someone from your family and enjoy this. Indian Hill, of course, has many programs going on, lots of concerts, art shows, demonstrations. So if you're interested in knowing any more about this, please call 486-0540 or visit www.indianhillmusic.org. And then you can check on what's going on this coming month. Speaking of music and art, Carolyn Harlow is going to tell you about an art contest that the Secretary of the Commonwealth has announced. And they have sent us some applications, but Carolyn has been in this art show for a couple of years, and I'm sure she's planning on doing it again this year. But she'd like to explain it to you, because if you're interested in being in this particular contest, then she will have all the information.
Hi, I'm Carolyn Harlow, and I'm here today to tell you about the 11th annual art show that is for seniors. It's for people over 62 who love to paint and draw. This is a show that Secretary of State Francis Galvin has been doing this for the last 11 years, and he has a very vivacious assistant in Dolores McCrae. And so if you take in your painting by yourself, she will probably come and meet you. This is in the Massachusetts Archive Building, which is at the Commonwealth of Massachusetts Museum. And I didn't know anything about this museum, so while you're there, you should look around this museum. It's beautiful. It has the history of Massachusetts in it. Now, you can obtain the slips for this show up at the Council on Aging. There are 2 sheets you should get. The first tells you about the size of the paintings and the medium and all that. And the deadline is going to be June 15th. Then you have to be very patient, because the show isn't usually until October. They usually select 3 paintings, and these are used as Christmas cards. The paintings will be on exhibit at the Commonwealth Museum, and then out of this they pick 3 for a Christmas card that is sent to represent the State House. So therefore it should have the State House in it someplace, and it should be in the winter. On the second sheet of paper they have a list of all the different things that you can use as subject matter. And it is a fun event. I've been the loner there the last couple of years from Littleton, but I think this year we are really pushing, because we have a very active watercolor group. And I know from the art show last year that we have other seniors. You have to be over 62 to take part in this, but it is a lot of fun. And if we get enough people signed up, then in October, when everybody gets a certificate, and you shake hands with William Francis Galvin. He's a very personable man. They have a big buffet for you, and they have your paintings on exhibit at the Commonwealth Museum. So it is really a big deal. If we get enough people from Littleton, maybe we'll get the Independent to come in, take some pictures too. And enough people sign up, we'll go in a van, you know. So therefore, If you are worried about sending your paintings through the mail or something like that, I always bring my painting with me so that I could probably manage to bring other people's also, you know, with maybe a helper if we have enough people. So I think that that is just about all the information about that. This is an authorization form and that you have to fill out because they have a website. And your family can all look into the website and see all the paintings that have been submitted because they'll all be on view for everybody. So I think that that's it. And remember, you can get these papers at the Council on Aging office. There's a sample pinned outside on the bulletin board. And let's have a good showing this year.
And while you're here, Carolyn, let's mention the art and fashion show that we're planning to have possibly in September.
Okay. Now, another thing that I would like to tell you while I'm here is that last year, the seniors that took part in the art show really loved it. So this year, we thought we would have it like an event. So we're going to have an art show and also have a fashion show. And I think that this will be a fun time. So maybe you could. We don't have a date for that yet, but we'd like your input into it. So if you would like to call me at 978-486-8589 or call the office about more information about it, it's either going to be in June or maybe the beginning of September. And I do hope that you will come and support this. This should be a lot of fun. Thank you very much for your time.
We will be investigating other fundraisers in the future, and we'll announce them soon. If you're interested in helping with any of these fundraisers and things that we're planning to do, please call us at 952-2362 or call Carolyn Harlow at 486-8589 because you will not be turned away. We are looking for you. We need the help. And if you're not doing anything or you're interested in helping with an art show and a fashion show, and of course the fashion show will be from the thrift shop, so we've had them before, they're absolutely wonderful. But we're doing this, we're combining these two this time. We thought it would be kind of fun to do that. So if you're interested in helping with these, please get in contact with us and we will definitely just take you right in. I hope that you had a chance to go to the Mass Hort flower show in Boston. I am so pleased to say that the Littleton Country Gardeners decided to be in this show for the first time in all of the years that we've had this club. Now, the Mass Hort has been doing this show for 136 years, and our little club's been around for about 40. But this was the first time that we were brave enough to go ahead and design something, design a deck actually, and then take it to the show, put it up, display it, and guess what? We won a gold medal. I am so pleased to say this. I will be showing this show later on another day on Channel 8, and I hope that you don't miss it because it was such great fun and we're so proud of them. We had a couple of we have quite a few talented people in this club, but we had a couple that were really going forward, and I might announce that one person that was really pushing us was Mary Dugan, and I'm glad that she did. Then we all joined in and went ahead and had the show. So last year we won awards for our Blue Star garden that is right in front of the old cemetery, and that came out beautiful too. So we're really kind of moving right along here. We're doing things that are a little different and a little courageous, let me tell you. On May 12th, the gardeners are going to hold their annual plant sale. That'll be on the Common. It's always on the Common. It's always in May. But this year, Susan Cummings, who is the chair of that sale, is going to have a lot of surprises for you. She's very excited. She's got us all working very hard, and she's very excited about what she's doing, and I know it's going to be wonderful. So mark your calendar. And again, that is May 12th. So why don't you go out, fix that garden, fix things in a planter, take a lawn chair, sit in your chair and enjoy a book. And then you can share it with the Book of the Month Club. So here's Priscilla Lehman to talk to you about that.
Hello, my name is Priscilla Lehman, and I run the book club, which we have the second Wednesday of each month, and is held in the all-purpose room on the second floor. The name of the book is The Dogs of Babel, which I've read myself, and it's very enjoyable, and I think you'll enjoy it likewise.
Thank you, Priscilla. After you read your book and you look at your gardens, then why don't you go out, cut some flowers, make a floral arrangement, and then go in and join Pat Nelson's watercolor class and do a still life. See, you could be really busy going flower shows, planting flowers, reading books, and then doing art. These classes will be every Thursday from 9 o'clock in the morning to 11:30 in the morning in room 233. This is a 6-week course, and the cost is $30, and you have to pay it in advance. The date for that is April 12th. The first day for that is April 12th. Call 952-2362 because you have to register. She has to know how many are going to be there and what she should have planned for you to paint. So make sure you call that number and register. You know, this really is a wonderful month for you. There's lots of very nice, springy kind of things to do. But the big event coming up is the Littleton and Light Department, the Littleton Light and Water Department luncheon that they give to the seniors every year. And this now is the 16th annual luncheon. My goodness, it's been a long time, hasn't it? Maybe some of you have been to every single one. That would be fun to find out. This is going to be at the Russell Street Elementary School. Every year it's there, isn't it? But you will need a ticket. It's free, but you need a ticket because they have to know how many of you are going to come. So come into the Council on Aging office and pick up a ticket, or you can call Joni Silveria at 978-486-3104 and ask her where you can get a ticket for this luncheon if you're not coming into the Council on Aging. It is a great day, so don't miss it. And that date is April 18th. That's Wednesday, April 18th. So don't miss it. Tina Mader has received calls from families who are interested in having caregiver support group. Apparently, you know, there's a lot of us out there these days. When we retire, we're never told, or at least before we retire, we're never told that that may not really happen because children tend to come home, parents need you, and sometimes your grandchildren need to be raised by a grandparent. So when you think of retirement, stay healthy because you might be needed by your family. But a support group might help you talk through this and help you make some decisions even. I felt I had to ask questions when it came time to do some supportive work for my mother. So call Tina if you're interested, please. Call Tina at 486-0183 if you're interested in forming this group. And I'm sure she will set up a time and a place where you can meet and, have coffee and talk it over. Believe me, this would be very, very important to you if you could do this. The thrift shop had its sale, that's over with, so now we'll be closed for a week, the week of April 12th. That's April 12th, the whole week we're closed because we have to get rid of the old and bring in the new. And we want that place to look spiffy for you, and we want to help you get your spring and summer wardrobe together. And believe me, that's the place to do it. Great prices. And speaking of updating, in a moment I'm going to meet with Jan Arrington from Sheer Madness, and she's going to do a little updating here because I've been worried about hair, and a lot of you people that know me know that I am worried about it. So she's going to show us how to put in extensions. This should be quite interesting. So please stay tuned for that, and we'll enjoy seeing what can be done. Meantime, don't forget to hug a senior. Well, I told you that we were going to have a surprise and do something about hair. I have been dealing with this for a long time. I have aunts that have lost their hair, so I started looking in the mirror and getting a little nervous. Went to Sheer Madness because I wanted to talk to someone about possibly, you know, getting something that wasn't really surgical but that would look nice. And so I met with Jan Arrington, and we're going to give you an idea what happens when you have extensions. I am so tired, Jan, of watching television and watching these beautiful young girls. I'm not going to say anything bad, but here's this beautiful young girl, by the way. But you know, I feel like they never really say anything about women who are older, and we are concerned about how we look. And you know, we start losing hair maybe at a certain age, and just walk around looking bald. And I really don't want to do that. Mm-hmm. So I thought that maybe we could talk about what is happening today. And I know that I've seen people on television who have very thin hair, and then maybe I'll see them again and they have very thick hair. Mm-hmm. So I was looking into it, and that's why you're here today. We want to talk about what to do.
Okay. There's several options out there. There's products that you can use that are topical that help put a little bit of color on your scalp, and that eliminates, because when the light hits your scalp, it gets shiny, and that's when you can kind of see the thinness of the hair. Right. So it helps fill that in. And then you can just style as you usually do, and that's a nice option. It's not too expensive, it's not surgical. And there are other products who actually help the hair that already exists, helps make it a little bit fuller. So that's another option, and the extensions that we're going to do on you today to add to some nice fullness on the bottom of your hair. Good. That's another great option, and again, it's not surgical, it's non-invasive. And then, of course, if you have more issues, if these things don't help resolve the issue for you, you can, of course, talk to your doctor or dermatologist and go with those kind of options. Mm-hmm.
Do you get many people and many women that come in there and want extensions, or do you get many women who are losing their hair? That's what I've been noticing hair all the time now.
Absolutely. So we have gotten them on the Nioxin system, which is a shampoo and conditioner, and then there's a treatment that you use after you get out of the shower. It's a topical treatment that you put on, and you have to use it every day. And when you use it, it does work really nice, and it takes a few months to get results, of course, like with anything. But we've had a lot of clients that really like the product. It's been nice.
Wow. I'll have to try it.
Yes, you do.
I'm only saying that because my daughter bought me some and I should try it, but I'm too lazy. And yet I want it to look nice, so I have to stop being lazy and use this.
And it's really not that difficult to use, because you're going to wash and condition your hair anyways. And you know, most of us use the styling products, so you just do that before you put your mousse or your gel. And just style your hair like you normally do.
Now, when I get the extensions, will I be able to wash my hair?
Oh, yeah.
Can I dye my hair?
Yep.
Wow. Can I spray it?
Absolutely. You do have to use specific products because you don't want to break down the bonds that hold the hair in.
Okay.
So you have to use that. You have to use a special brush as you're brushing over that area, but you can still use a round brush on the bottom like you normally would. Oh. You can use a curling iron. You can use a flat iron. So you can still style your hair as you normally do. I mean, probably be a little more gentle than you might be.
Right, yeah.
But yeah, it's a really nice way to fill your hair in.
Someone mentioned lately that they found it hard the first night or first few nights to go to sleep because they felt something there.
Yes, because I've had extensions in myself a couple of times. Well, for me, I wanted my hair longer, and it was also nice because I have pretty fine, thin hair myself, so it is really nice for the fullness. Yeah, it does feel a little odd, you know what I mean? I guess it's sort of like, the only thing I can think to compare to is when I got braces when I was a teenager. You know, it's like you have something there that you're not used to having. So it takes probably a night or two to adjust. But,
One of my friends said, well, in order to get used to it, why don't you wear curlers to bed one night,
oh, there you
rollers
go.
to
That's
bed
a
one
great
night?
idea, you know?
And
Well,
I
that's so much
remembered
fun.
that when I was young and we were using rollers and they had those like little teeth, you know?
Yeah.
And you put those on and you slept on those. So I couldn't find any. You know, they don't have them anymore. So I thought I would find some and sleep on them first. I didn't, so
Oh,
I'm
there
just
you
going to
go.
make up my mind that I'm sleeping on something a little different.
Mm-hmm.
And believe me, if I like it, it's going to make me happy to sleep on them anyway.
Absolutely.
Because, you know, that's another thing. What if I'm not happy with it? Can they be removed?
Oh yeah, they're very easy to remove.
I won't tear my hair out or anything?
Nope, not at all.
I can't afford that.
No, there's a solvent that breaks down the bond. The bond is made out of keratin, which is a natural protein that your hair is made up of. And you just use a solvent, and that just breaks down the bond that's on the hair that we bonded to.
Good. Yeah, because I was thinking, you mentioned the spray.
Mm-hmm.
And that we did try that one time.
Yes.
Except that I really didn't like it. I felt like it was there. Now, I felt there was something there then, but
Yeah.
something obvious. What we want is something that isn't obvious, you know, because you want to look your best and you don't want to look phony. Although, another thing, when I guess in the 70s, we used to wear wigs all the time, just because if you wanted a different color, if you wanted it longer, and I had a lot of pieces that I wore.
Yeah.
And I see pictures of me now and I go, oh my gosh, that was a lot of hair. Then again, it wasn't me either.
Yeah.
So, and I don't want a lot of hair, I just want it comfortable. I don't want to look like I have no hair because, again, even though I'm getting older, or I am older, I still feel like I'd like to at least look halfway decent every day. So this is going to be fun.
Yes.
One thing that I want to tell people is that up to now, when I had a problem, you know, my hair is very thin on top, and it's when I'm in the lights like this, I feel like you can really see through it back here. So some days I have a problem, you know, I try to wash. That's the other thing. I do wash my hair every day. Is that okay?
Yeah.
I can do that?
Yeah.
Okay. So I do wash my hair every day, and sometimes I'm kind of lazy. I don't feel like blow drying it. And so what I do, and I want to show you something here, is first of all, on a really, really bad day, you know, when I just am going out shopping and I could care less, I take my hair like this and I put it up, and of course, I have my hat. I'm one of the good old boys. I have my hat. And I wear that. And of course, I feel pretty safe because, you know, I have sunglasses and I have my hat. So nobody can see my hair. But then, if I don't want to wear the hat and I want to feel like I look pretty decent that day, I take my hair and we have this wonderful ponytail. And you can buy them to match your hair. And I actually have two. Because I dye my hair. And when I first dye my hair, it's dark. And when it's fading out, it's a little lighter. So I have two of these, the when you dye your hair and when it's faded.
Okay,
and then
great.
everyone thinks it's me. Has a little clip here. And so I take this little ponytail and I stick it in there. And now I have hair, lots of hair. Doesn't mean I have more up here, but at least I have enough back here so it feels, you know, comfortable.
Yep.
So today, we're going over to Sheer Madness. Janice and I are leaving right now, and we're going to see about fluffing this up so that it looks natural and that I can enjoy having a little hair like the rest of you. So why don't you meet us at Sheer Madness? So here we are.
Yes, we're ready.
We're
to
ready.
Get
I'm
started.
a little nervous.
Oh no, it's exciting. We'll have gorgeous thick hair after this.
Okay. Well, then go ahead.
Okay, first we're gonna get you shampooed, so we can take your scarf and your earrings off. Please.
All right. No earrings, huh?
Well, just so I don't catch the comb or anything. You can have a seat right here.
You know, it's been a long time since I have been to a beauty salon.
Yes, I know. Well, we're gonna change all that today.
Yes. I am just too active, I guess. I never can take the time to slow down and come. But here I am.
Well, we'll have to change your ways, Barbara.
I'm getting a kick out of your tool belt there.
Actually, it works out great because you just slide your little, it's a little iron that we use to heat up the bond. And that's nice, it just slips right in. Works out nicely.
That's cute. I have a tool belt too, but it's not like that. Mine's a tool belt.
We can get you
With
one of
real
these if you want.
tools.
And you use it?
Oh yeah, I do. I like using tools. How far up do you think you'll be able to go with it?
You don't usually want to go too far up the type we're using on you. They're wefts of hair. So you don't want to go up too far because you don't want to be able to see it on the top of your head. But it'll nicely fill in this bottom area. The individual ones that we use, we don't. These generally are used for lengthening the hair. Also would thicken the hair up, of course, because it adds more bulk to the hair. These are individual strands that you bond on. You can move a little bit higher up on the head with them.
Okay.
Of course, you can't go too high up on the top because if you do, you'd see the bond.
I see.
So you don't want to do that.
Uh-huh.
This will help add thickness all through here.
So you're separating it.
Yeah. Just separate it.
Yeah. And it has little holes there that you pull the hair through, I've noticed.
Little holes, you can see this. And that's where you pull for natural hair through. And then we're taking two pieces from each side and bonding it right under where they have the stitch. Like a little wishbone. You no longer have to wish that you have long hair.
Yeah, is that why? Or
No,
did you just make
I just made that up.
Aha, pretty clever.
Okay. And this is just going to take a few bonds to put this into her hair. We have to separate this first.
This isn't something that you can do yourself, obviously.
No.
Do all beauticians, I mean, any beauty salon, would they handle this, or do you have to go to a special salon, or?
You have to be trained in extensions. The companies won't even sell to hairdressers their products unless you have gone to training through them.
Okay, and you went to training where?
Actually, they came in and did the class right here for me.
Oh,
which
good,
was great.
good.
What I'm doing now is pulling the hair in between the stitches that hold the hair onto the left here.
So now, is this a glue or is it a
The bond
just
is made
heat
of,
or?
is made of keratin,
Okay.
which is the natural protein that's found in your hair. Your hair
Oh.
is made up of. And you need the applicator to soften it up and be able to mold it around the hair.
Is it using heat or?
Yep.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, it is. Now, we didn't use any styling product on your hair today because you want the hair, like I said, as clean as possible when you start this process.
Okay.
But you can, of course, use any styling product that you like on your hair afterwards. Just don't put any silicones, things that make your hair shiny.
Okay.
That you don't want to get on the bond because that will soften the bond.
Oh, uh-huh.
So now we have all the extensions in, and now we have to just take the length off of it to where she wants it. And we're just going to do the length to what your natural length is.
Good. Yeah, I don't think that it should be longer. I don't think it's...
Do you want to stand up and flip your hair around for a minute?
Yeah. Right. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh, I can do that. Let's see. I'll turn around and I'll go.
Feels
Wow.
interesting, doesn't it? she's like Rapunzel.
Okay, now I'm sorry, but you're never gonna cut this. It just feels
Are you
so.
sure you want it?
soft.
You can wear it longer.
No. Yeah, if I had it this long, I'd have to wear it up in a bun because it would be too long for me. Oh, that's hysterical. Wow. Hair.
So look how thick your ponytail is down here now.
Oh my. Yeah. Well, in this case, if I'm going to have my hair that long, it should have been blonde. I don't think I've had that much hair cut off
In a really long time.
right, a very long time. Maybe since I was 7.
Now when you cut extensions, you have to use either a razor or point cutting. You can't do blunt cutting on it because it will look very artificial.
Oh, I see. Okay. It certainly feels natural. It feels, the hair itself feels very nice.
Yeah, it is. It's a nice quality hair.
Yeah. Probably healthier than mine. Well, we're just about there. We're almost finished, and I have to say that I feel a little heavier. I might even weigh a little more now. I'll have to check that out. But it feels fine. I was telling Janice that the heaviest part today was when she was putting the clips in my hair. I could feel them, but the weight of the hair and the, how she has it in there with, what is it? It's not glue, it's something else.
It's a bond.
A bond that they use, really doesn't feel bad at all. I'm waiting now to lay on my head to, no, you know what? I don't really think it's going to matter that much. It doesn't feel,
They're pretty soft.
yeah, they are soft. It doesn't feel really bad. I'm glad, I feel like even with the short hair now, I just swung my head around with the long hair, but I think I could
You can swing it now,
do
too.
it. Whoa, is that nice? It hit me in the face. I can't believe it.
Has no weight to it now.
So I really think that if you are losing your hair, or it's thinning out rather, you might want to try this. And especially if you're going to be going someplace like your maybe 45th class reunion or 25th for that matter, and you want to look really special and spiffy, this might be the way to go because it does. It feels good and it might make you feel a little better about yourself. But
You never know. It's something that is new, and I don't know, next time we might try makeup and see how that works for someone who is my age. Gracious me. Whoo-hoo. And you can't tell. The color's great, Janice.
Yeah, it looks very pretty.
It is, it's great.
Natural color.
Wow, I like that.
Good.
Well, I have to tell you, I feel pretty, and I feel younger, and I feel actually heavier.
In a good way, though.
In a good way, in a good way. And for you out there, you might want to, look into this, and remember, if you didn't know how old you are, how old would you want to be? Till next time.